Anyone who knows us and our tastes and our collection knows that we really love a nice Bentley, and this is a very, very nice Bentley indeed. In fact, its most recent keeper thought so too, because they've had the car for 4 years. And being not only a Continental GT, more of which we'll get to in a second in terms of what that really means to Bentley's modern history, it's of course a GTC, which is the open-top version, and further to that, it's a Mulliner, so an even finer level of trim and spec as well. What's the most impressive thing about these cars nowadays though is of course their prices, because these were very expensive cars when new for what is a 2008 example of one of these cars, additionally being not only that Mulliner but of course the open top. All of these things made it more and more expensive when it was new, in very real terms up around a £130,000 to £140,000 car. Now, this exact vehicle, still retaining the option of low deposit financing as well if you wanted to make use of it, is under £20,000. Find a vehicle which can hit 200 miles an hour for under £20,000 and then try to find that vehicle which can not only do that, but waft you down to the south of France along with 3 other passengers in complete comfort, total luxury, with a stunning, ground-shaking soundtrack when you want it to, but the kind of smooth, effortless, very well-equipped ride which you would expect and hope for from a Bentley. We've said it many, many times, but the engines really are the star of the show on these cars, very much so the result from the Bugatti Veyron project, which of course itself ended up being the fastest car in the world, so it's no wonder that these are tremendously quick as well. That 6-litre twin-turbo W12 with 552 horsepower, a monstrous amount of torque as well, with full-time four-wheel drive. In other words, you can use these any time of year, certainly with the open or closed-top option in the form of a GTC, and in a car which has still covered just under 6-figure mileage, which, although that may sound radical for a GT car or a supercar, the reality is many of these Bentleys, of which there are over 80,000 built, making it quite literally the most successful W-engine production car in history. Quite the achievement for Bentley there. Many, many examples of these are far beyond 6-figure mileage, and of course, as you would hope for, and certainly in the case of a car which has clearly been loved, such as this one has, it has a full Bentley and specialist service history to its name. And to briefly return to those visuals, incidentally, it's finished in onyx black, complemented beautifully by that beluga hide interior. Of course, it has heated seats, cruise control, parking sensors, and reverse camera, something which itself is very nice to have because certain of the older models in particular don't always have some of these accessories. Massage seats as well. Across the board, it's the kind of car which not only shows the sort of love and care which a Bentley deserves, but also it's in the kind of spec which will never age. It's exactly the kind of visuals you would want from a car like this, with the performance, the ride quality, and absolutely the value for money, thanks to that price tag, to back it up with numbers as well. If then you've already been on the market for one of these cars, perhaps here in open top form, and certainly if you've been looking for a lovely Mulliner example, then this is a gorgeous one. So of course you could reach out regarding it via the email address shown here on screen, or give us a call on 01749 871 155, or via our mobile number of 07482 267 439.